My name is Uwem Jacob. I'm a theatrical distributor. I'm a pioneer distributor as far as cinema is concerned in Nigeria. I've been here since beginning, since 2004, when Silverbird Cinemas opened on the island at Galleria, and I'm still in the industry.
Okay, now tell us about what 30 Days in Atlanta has done in cinemas generally.
30 Days in Atlanta, it's what I would say shocking. I've seen the movie. It's a fantastic production. I couldn't say if it is a blockbuster or just an average movie. But we talk numbers, you know, when we discuss movies in the industry, it's numbers. It's performance at the box office that's key. I've been fortunate to see numbers for all 90% of the Nigerian movies that have released at the box office in Nigeria. I've been fortunate to see the numbers. I remember when EJ came in 2010, the first run, 8 weeks, grossed 53 million naira on 6 screens. It was a 35mm production on 6 screens. Now, we brought it back in December. It did about 4 million. So everything went to about 57 million on EJ. And I've seen figures for Half of a Yellow Sun. I've seen figures for October 1. These are blockbusters. These are fantastic movies. And I was looking at the box office figures for 30 Days in Atlanta from beginning. And I realized that for all the top 10 movies at the box office, 30 Days in Atlanta was number 1. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And I think on week 5 too. 5 consecutive weeks, number 1 at the box office. It beat all the Hollywood movies that came. You understand? Now, EJ in 2010 competed with Salt, Angelina Jolie. So what I said then was Genevieve Naji is competing with Angelina Jolie. But 30 Days in Atlanta, you've got all the big stars at the box office. It's made top number 1. And this is what Hollywood wants to hear. This is what investors want to hear. This is what anybody who has money somewhere and do not even know what to do with it. Everybody's building hotels, properties. I mean, this is film making, cinema. It sells like drugs, you understand? This is what they want to hear. That, you know, and I think it's all about AY. You know, for everything AY has done, he knows how to package his business. He knows how to package his product. AY show, anything is always sold at. I think there's something about that guy. He knows how to sit down and package himself, package his product. I think it's divine. Because, and I was saying to a friend, it's like there's something about this guy we don't know. Really. There's something about him we don't know. I mean, I've seen 30 Days in Atlanta. It's not a James Bond movie, for God's sake. And it's grossed more than a James Bond movie. The last James Bond movie, okay, before Skyfall was about 50-something million. I think 47 or 50-something million. Look at 30 Days in Atlanta, 70-something. Now, this is good. This is going to become like a pivot. It's going to become an example for everyone to watch. Now, we're going to say, okay, now we know those who can produce blockbuster movies in Nigeria, and we know those who can make average movies in Nigeria. So I'm glad. I'm very happy with what 30 Days in Atlanta have done. You know, thank you.
My name is Moses Babatope. I'm Group Executive Director of Film House Cinemas and Film One Distribution. Film One Distribution are the distribution company that brought you Half of Yellow Sun, October 1, When Love Happens, and very recently, Head Gone. Film House Cinemas is one of the fastest growing cinema chains in West Africa. We have 4 cinemas running now, and we're set to open another 7 to 8 cinemas within the next 18 months. So we're proud supporters of this fantastic history-making, award-winning, I can predict that right now, box office smash hit called 30 Days in Atlanta. November 7, there was a worldwide release of Christopher Nolan's film. Christopher Nolan, if you know him, has made the Batman series, Inception. The man makes blockbuster. And all over the world, right now, Interstellar is going to be a $1 billion movie. 30 Days in Atlanta shattered Interstellar's record in Nigeria. On November 14, Jim Carrey, we've been waiting for his comeback in film making. He came with Dumb and Dumber 2, and 30 Days in Atlanta shattered it beyond recognition. I don't think the distributor of that film will tell you it didn't stay in cinemas for more than 2 or 3 weeks. It just didn't work in Nigeria because the audiences tended to go towards 30 Days in Atlanta. Then we had November 21. What's it called? The film Hunger Games. Hunger Games is a franchise movie. This is a film that every time it's released domestically in the US has done over $200 million. Has always opened over $90 million. It came to Nigeria and was again shattered by 30 Days in Atlanta. Now put this in perspective. Interstellar came out in 2D and 3D formats. 30 Days in Atlanta, a low budget movie compared to any of these Hollywood blockbusters in one format. In a lot of the cinemas, it started off with 2 shows. With a lot of the Hollywood films would have come with 3 or 4 shows with strict, studio contracts that you can't go against because it's Hollywood. Now we come with this wholly Nigerian, authentic comedy product that week after week beats, whatever Hollywood has got to offer. We don't stop there. The 4th week we have a film, Horrible Bosses, starring Jamie Foxx, starring Jennifer Aniston, big names. What does he do again? Stands up tall, remains in the top 3. All right. And then he comes to compete with his own film titles. With all due respect to Invasion 1897, the same distributor distributed them. A strong film as well, very well received. He comes again, does very well. We're getting sold out shows in week 5. And then in week 6, we're seeing the same patterns. We're seeing an average revenue of about 11 million every week, on this film. And we're seeing for the first time in a film's release, there's no declining box office number. In economics, you're told diminishing marginal returns. So the more and more of a commodity you consume, the less and less satisfaction you get. With 30 Days in Atlanta, that's not the case. It's like the more and more of the commodity of the film product that you consume, the more and more satisfaction you get. And that's why in our exit polling, we're getting people watching the film 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So it makes for good reading, for those that are enthusiastic about, Nigerian cinema. It makes for, interesting dialogue for industry practitioners. It makes for, a great industry to be part of for 2015. And it basically tells us that if you get the elements right, he's done a comedy, he's got put good stars in it, he's done it for the right duration, he's dated it at the right time, and it's done the business for him. I predict, the film is at 75 billion plus, we've been told today. The film will easily do 100 million. At 100 million, AY's film will be the biggest Nigerian film ever. It will now also be the biggest film in Nigeria, period. So it beats its contemporaries and it beats Hollywood. And look, Hollywood, listen. If you're listening to me very well, studio executives, listen. The Nigerian film industry is where it's happening. We're only 16 cinemas. We're less than 80 screens, and our screen averages are among the best in the world. If you know what's good, I'm not saying you should come and colonize or come and take our industry from us, but we're building it and we're doing it strong here. So congrats to AY, congrats to everyone. Thank you guys for doing the interview. We at Filmhouse will continue to support the film. We've given it very, very good shows for Christmas. We're reaching out to everyone to say, come out and support this great film. We have our films out there. We're confident our films will continue to do well. We run our distribution outfit. We'll continue to compete healthily out there to grow the industry. And like I said, Filmhouse Cinemas, we're committed to investing deeply in the industry, make sure there are more screens, so that when 30 Days in Atlanta 2 or 30 Days in Lagos or London comes out, it can make, one day we can boast of a film making $1 million. All right, thank you.
You hold it right there, or I will hold you in contempt.
Now showing in cinemas across Nigeria.
Visit 30daysinAtlanta.com for details.